Hello and welcome to Sterlinx. Thank you for following us and thank you for watching our videos. So today's topic is going to be the top 10 expenses that you should always remember to claim as a taxi or Uber driver. So my name is Arfol. I'm the founder of Sterlinx Global. We're an accountancy firm based in the UK and we do accounting and filing for taxi drivers in the UK. Number one comes on my list is fuel cost. This is the fuel you use for your business operation. Remember, you should not charge your personal consumption to the business. So you have to separate your personal consumption from the actual cost of driving the car around between personal and businesses. So it can some point something that you haven't noticed or can be avoidable very easily. We do recommend you keep a close eye, making sure that you only claim fuel costs that relates to the trips while you are, charging a client a fair fee for the traveling in your car. So you have to separate these two from personal to business to ensure it's a legitimate business expense. Petrol or diesel costs either use simplified expenses, which is 45p per mile for the first 10,000 miles and 25p per miles for miles above the 10,000, or actual expense to claim in HMRC. You cannot claim simplified expenses for a car that you have already claimed capital allowances for, or a car that you have included as an expense when you worked out your business profits. Once you start claiming simplified expenses, you have to keep doing so for as long as you use that vehicle for your business. So ensure the fuel cost is correctly claimed against your tax and correctly pour through your expenses when you're doing your bookkeeping. Now, if you're confused about this between the simplified assets and the mileage and fuel costs, you should speak to a qualified bookkeeper and accountant or one of us to make sure you are inputting the correct information. Next comes on my list as number 2 is toll fees. If you're driving your customers in a highway with toll fees, or maybe a tunnel that has toll fees, or any road that has a toll fee, you can record this as a business expense and keep the invoice for VAT reclaim if you are a VAT registered business. So toll fees are one of the common fees that you may or may not forget. So do ensure to have a record of this with all the receipts and ensure to record them so you can claim these fees as part of your expenses. Number 3 comes on my list is car repairs and maintenance. Since you'll need to ensure that the car you use for your business operation is working properly, you need to take it for checkups every now and then. So car repairs and maintenance is a very, very regular and common cost for taxi drivers. Anything starting from changing the wipers to new tires, or deflated tires because of a nail or an accident, you have to fix it. Or it could be that one of the parts is broke, such as like a headlight lamp, or anything that's common, or maybe put new oil into the engine or change the brake fluid. So you will have to make sure that you keep the receipts of all the expenses and you can claim these expenses as part of your expense list. So if you do have a taxi or a Uber ride that you are using for your business, ensure to keep the receipts and do the record keeping accordingly. Number 4 on my list comes as annual road tax cost. This is a tax you pay based on the CO2 emission of your car when it's producing, which will be determined during emission and the type of vehicle you drive. Now, some of the electric cars may not have any road tax at all. So the hybrids may not have any road tax at all, but most of the petrol and diesel cars, depending on the engine, the size of the engine, do have road tax. Now, obviously, DVLA is going to advise it accordingly, and you will need to make sure that you pay for those to be on the road, as well as use this, record this expense as part of your expense list. So once you do that, your tax bill will come down further. Number 5 on my list is car wash or cleaning cost. To maintain your car washed or cleaned is a must. That's a regular maintenance cost. You need to make sure your car is clean. Since COVID has come, the restrictions have gone even way over into make sure the car is cleaned and washed throughout properly on a regular basis, at least once or twice a week. And if you do go through professional valeting service, you will have to keep a receipt. You have to record the receipt and make sure you put it through the expenses. Or if you are doing it yourself and you bought any cleaning materials such as maybe shampoo or anything else, or a brush, you have to make sure you record the actual expenses. You will be able to claim that as part of your expense. Next comes on my list as number 6 is registration and license fees. You might want to sometimes do your registration or license privately or through the council. There are always some fees to pay, and you have to make sure that you record those with the receipt as well and reconcile them if you pay by bank, and have a record keeping so you can claim this part of your expenses. These are legit explainable expenses that you can claim and put them through as part of your expenses through the books. Okay, so do remember to claim registration and license fees. Don't ever forget that. Number 7 is insurance cost. This can be your car insurance or even your public liability insurance. Either way, you can record them both as an insurance expense. Now, insurance expenses are very common when you're riding a taxi or when you are doing a service using Uber. So insurances must be registered on the car that you are driving, and it is under the business name and your name, and clarifying to make sure this is identifiable very easily. So insurance fees is one of our top 10, and you have to make sure that you claim that, otherwise you're losing money, guys. All right. So number 8 is accountancy fees. In doing business, you need a professional accountant to prepare and file for your taxes. Not to only save you time, but to ensure that you are declaring your taxes right. A good accountant pays for himself. So by that, what I mean is that he will save you time and money, making sure everything you are entitled to claim, you're claiming, you're only paying the minimum tax according to HMRC rules and regulations. So you need to make sure you also save all the invoices and ask your accountant to ensure that your accountancy fees have been deducted from the actual income. So accountancy fees is a claimable expense, and you need to do a record keeping. Number 9 on my list is advertising and marketing. Advertising and marketing is something you need on a daily basis. Now, this can be done by using third parties, just like obviously Uber is a third party who will actually, where you're advertising a profile and you are doing your marketing, so you get a business. So Uber fees or advertising and marketing costs, you will definitely claim them through, as well as your cost of getting calls and bookings through a local taxi firm. And or it could be, if you have a black cab, you might have got signs and banners on your car that advertises your logo, your phone number, and if you have any cost going towards it, that can be claimed as advertising and marketing. Okay. Number 10 and last on my list is membership fees. So it is bought normal for drivers to have a paid organization association to build their network. So this is similar to the actual taxi firm or Uber. Just ensure that when paying your membership fees, the organization you are paying is legitimate and registered to a government body. This is also claimable expense, which is membership fee, and to make sure you have good record keeping to ensure that you can claim them. Important tips in claiming your VAT. So as usual, this is one of my top tips in these videos. To be able to claim VAT, you have to be registered as a 20% standard VAT registered company or business, or a self-employed, sole trader. Once you have done that, then only you'll be able to claim any VAT back that you have occurred on any of the invoices that you have throughout the business expenses. That's it today, guys, and I have completed my list. Thank you very much for hanging by for so long, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video so it helps other people to find the video at the same time. And if you do need an accountant who can handle this efficiently and do virtual service for you on a good rate that you can afford, please do ensure to contact us. We're Sterlinx Global and we can handle that for you. Thanks a lot. Bye now, and see you on the next one.